Vicky, I thought I was going to Yorkshire today, but I've got mixed up. I've just looked at the postcode and it's an hour further away and it's in Lincoln. It's in Lincoln? Can you believe it? I better set off. This week I've been telling people, including you if you watched my video last week, that I've been coming to Yorkshire today to find some Roman stuff. Anyway, I got up really early, which was a good job, because when I put my sat nav in to have a look at the time I was going to arrive, I wasn't going to Yorkshire at all. I was going to Lincolnshire, which is like an hour away further. So I had to just get up dead quick and set off. So anyway, I'm here in Lincolnshire now, which is great, really. You know what I mean? I love Yorkshire, but there's a good chance of a Roman here as well. So let's go find it. So I'm on a 100-acre field, and at the end of this field's cordoned off because apparently there's potential of a Roman hoard in it. So that's exciting, isn't it? But I don't think that's Roman. It's like a nut. Bit of a Roman drain pipe. Roman coppers seem to come up about 65-ish. That's not too far away, that. Now, because this feels Roman, and from when I found those Roman coins in Yorkshire, I've been digging signals that are about a bit lower. Anyway, look. Oh, God, it's not going to be a Roman coin. Is it? Please be. Don't be a button. Something bent, you see. Come on, let's see what you are. See what you are. Be Roman. Be Roman. Oh yeah, that'd be wonderful if it was Roman. I'm good. One sec. It's a bent in half Victoria. Oh, bent in half Victoria farthing, I'd say that was. Not Roman. Well, this bit of field seems to be just, I keep digging up loads of these little blobby things. Really nice signal. And it's just a little blob. I've had loads of them, so I think I might go back over there and to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Found so much after I found that little bit of a half a penny. So anyway, we've just asked, because there's quite a lot of bits on there. So even though Roman silver denarii was still coming up at the bottom, they said that we can come back on this field. Now, I came on this field I think it was before Christmas, found hammered. So we've called it the hammered field. So they've just opened it up now, so I'm going to rush in, find some more hammers. I've had lots of Coke cans, but this one seemed quite a nice little signal. So I thought, well, it's in here, let's just check. Right, it's in here, come on. Be a little Roman, be a little Roman, be a little Roman. Is it in that? Right, it's in that end. Be a little Roman. Out you pop, out this gloop. Oh God. Is it a bit of gold? No, I think it's just a bit rubbish. Yeah, it's a lot better, this field. It's quieter. And like you seen that. Well, I thought it was going to be another blobby thing, but it looks like it's got lines on it. You see it? Like silvery, but with lines on. I don't know. What do you think? I think that's something. It definitely looks like it to me. Mike's just come in this field as well, and he just thinks he's found, oh yeah, it's like a little Roman tuning fork.
Yeah, maybe it's a hairpin.
Definitely.
It's got that look about it, hasn't it?
It's got a look about it, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
Nah, definitely. I'd be chuffed with that.
I am.
Yeah. Hammered in the hole in a minute. I dug to the centre of the earth for this. Thought it was a coin, but then realised it was actually a ring thing. Is it a special ring thing? I don't think it's a special ring thing, is it? Is it? I don't know. What's a ring thing? Well, not had much luck today, have I? Anyway, it's dinner time now, so there's been a raffle. You know I'm quite lucky at raffles. And I've heard that they've got chili wraps on or something. So I'm heading down because this morning on the way here, I didn't pass one garage in 100 miles. Strange place, don't know how they eat. Today has been one of them days where I found a penny and not found much else, but I've raised some money for charity, so that's good. And there was a raffle, and you know what I'm like with a raffle, and I've won this hair towel thing. Then wait, you know what I'm like? You know what I'm like? I won 2 bottles of wine. Oh no, 1 bottle of wine and 1 bottle of chocolate orange liqueur. Chocolate orange liqueur.
I bought that in.
Did you?
Yeah, there you go.
Did you win any of my prizes?
I don't know.
Eh?
I'll check mine yet.
All right. Oh, thank you very much.
No problem.
So there you go. So yeah, I'm going to go do me 10 minutes again. Not really much to clean up on my own, but I'll have to have a look at what you lot have found out there. So see you in a minute. Hello and welcome to me Dawn's 10 minutes or so. It might be a bit more than 10 minutes, you don't know. So let's get on to why there was not much in my video. Well, it was because it was one of those days where I was walking and just finding blobby bits. There was no... They can come up if you want to say hello to the people. Do you want to come up? Come up. Can you see him? Look, there he is. Right, he's playing with his toy. Anyway, it was one of those days where I was walking around and I just didn't find anything. Because that's how it goes sometimes. So I'm going to show you what I did find. So this is the sort of day that I was having. I was having a lot of Coke cans, but they were all really quite deep. If that had been near the top, I would have sort of not bothered with it, but they were all quite deep, so there's quite a few of them. I thought that might have been something special, but I was just clinging on to optimism. And yeah, that's it. So the best thing that I found was this bent in half Victoria farthing. I'm not sure about the date, but that was my... And then they just had a few little... I mean, I'm still not sure if that's something or not. And then little blobby things, but I had about 40 of those little blobby things. Yep, so there it is. And again, some people probably want to put that video out because there weren't much in it, but I like to be, you know, show metal detecting for what it is, and it doesn't matter who you are. There's some days you just don't find anything, and that's normal. So let's get on to tip of the day. Well, I've got a couple of tips this week, but here's the first one. Well, this one is off J. Pam Healy, and it says, this is the coronation pendant cleaned up. No silver hallmark. Not sure what metal it is. If not, does anybody know what metal it is or if it's silver? Thanks in advance. Well, there's a very good way of testing if something is silver, and it's very easy to do as well. All you need to do is get some kitchen foil out of your kitchen, or if you're in America, some aluminum, and then take a little bit off that, like that. Take a little bit, you don't need a lot. Then get the object that you want to know if it's silver or not. So I'm going to use my ring because I definitely know that's silver. So you've got this next bit, it's not very ladylike, but you've got to just do a bit of spit on the thing. And then if you rub it, if it's silver, it smells like bad eggs, and it also goes a little bit hot, but you can definitely smell the smell if you rub it. So that's one way. If you're not sure if something's silver or not, that's the way to do it. A little bit of tin foil or aluminium foil or whatever you call it, bit of spit, rub it on the item and it'll pong. So this find was made by Josh Carr, And he wrote, what a weekend. I have found a hoard of axe heads, 2 in one hole, and the other one next to it found with me Knox 600. An amazing, I mean, it's amazing to find an axe head, a Bronze Age axe head, because they're about 3,000 years old. And to find one is great, but to find 3 is absolutely stonkingly amazing. The reason I've picked this one is because I asked him which county he'd found it in, and he said he'd found it in Cumbria, and that axe heads are not usually found up there very much. And I used that because I wanted to point out, really, for, you know, I get a lot of comments of people saying I can't ever find a George III penny, or I can't find this. Depending on what part of the country you live in, it's dependent on what type of finds you find. Now, in my area of Rochdale, it's full of milled silvers, it's full of George III coins, but when it comes to anything like Celtic or Roman or hammered coins or anything, you're very, very hard to find any. And if you do find the odd one, then it makes the find even more exciting, which is what has happened there, because he's not really found any in Cumbria, and yet there's 3 altogether. So, you know, depending on where you live is going to dictate what sort of find you find. If you live in Yorkshire or Lincoln or Norfolk, you're going to get a lot of Roman, and you're going to get a mix of everything, to be honest. Them are land of plenties, aren't they? So yeah, take that into consideration when you're thinking about your finds, because you might not be finding something because it's just not in your area. And, you know, it's something to think about. So not wanting to leave YouTube commenters out either, because I want everybody to be involved. I did a community post the other day, and I asked if you knew any daft facts or anything. And Dave Bazin came up with this one, and it says, I bet you can't hum while holding your nose. Just try it. So let's have a go. Ready? Dave, you're right, I can't. And the next one, which is a little bit more intelligent, is off Sober Detectorist, and he said adult human blood vessels are about 60,000 miles long, which is more than twice the circumference of the earth. So you're there, you see. If you go I Know Wants to Be a Millionaire and you get asked that question, we've got to thank Sober Detectorist. So on a more serious note though, if you want to ask me a question on Facebook, just leave a comment on this video, ask me any questions, and I might pick it out. So this week it's a tip about the apex, and it is a message that I received off Ian H.D. Morris, and it says, "Hi Dawn, hope you don't mind me messaging you. I only found you last night on YouTube. I've just bought the apex. I'm totally new to all this. I'm a bit perplexed about all the settings. I'm frightened I will never be able to learn this stuff. I just hope I haven't wasted my money, lol." I did watch your video on first time use. I didn't know you had to reset the coil. There's not really a handbook for it in the box when you purchase your apex. Looking forward to your response. Take care. Right, well, I'm going to tell you what I think the best settings are if you're brand new to detecting and you've never detected before. I'm going to give you settings to the apex that makes it quiet and makes it so you can begin to understand it quite easily. After that, once you've got used to it, then you can start messing with the settings. So my first suggestion would be this. Well, first of all, you turn it on by holding this button here and hold it down like that, and everything comes on. So if you want to set this for basic settings, the best thing to do is put it on coins mode, and you do that by choosing the same button as what you switched it on by. If you keep clicking through that, you get a menu and you can scroll through which one you want. I prefer it on 0, but for starting off, put it on coins, and that will take the iron bit away. Next thing you need to do is access the menu. So you do that by pressing the middle button. Press that, and again you've got another menu. So your first one's your sensitivity, and if you can see on there, I've got 2 knocked off. So I do that. Next thing, we need to go to the volume. So that's personal. Iron volume is if you're using it on 0. Now the frequency, you've got different frequencies and things that you can use. So I would personally, if you look through, you've got 5 kilohertz, 10, 15, 20. Then you've got multi-frequency, multi-salt, which is for beach. I would put it on 15. Okay, that's what I would put it on. Just to get you started, I'd put it on 15. Pick up some nice little silver coins with that. Channel, again, you can just choose which channel you want to go on. If you've got a friend with an Apex and you've got some sort of interference, that's what that's for. That one there is if you want your light on, if you want to light the screen up. And that one is for putting your headphones on, which you do by wait for that to be flashing and then press these 2 buttons there. And that should set it up. So that's what I would say is settings for a new user. Now another thing that I have told quite a few people about is they've said, oh, my Apex isn't working or my phone drive's not working. Then I find out they've changed a coil. Now if you have changed a coil or you've setting up a machine that's a new machine, what you need to do is you need to hold this button down for 5 seconds till it does a double beep. So, okay, so you've put your new coil on, you've made sure it's attached at the back nice and strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, did you hear that double beep? That now means that your coil is matching your detector. So I hope that's helped, Ian, and thanks for messaging me, because you're not the only person that messages me messages like that. I get quite a few of them. So let's get on to top commenters. Now, it was very popular, that list last week. So this week I'm doing top commenters from my Facebook page and I'm doing top commenters from my Facebook group, because there's 2 things, you see. So let's have a look. So from Digger Dawn Metal Detecting Group, these are the top commenters. So we've got Malcolm Leatherland, Amanda Aldridge, Scott Bell, Dave Bazin, he's the one that makes you hub, Tanito Petrov, Liam Pigeonbath, I don't think that's his real name, Barry Bazza, who incidentally is getting a new detector today. Remember, he had it stolen last week and he's getting a new one today, so well done. Kira Lestrange and Kate D, who was Finder of the Week last week. So well done, you're my top 10 commenters for my Facebook group. So let's move on now to my Digger Dawn page. So this is from my Digger Dawn page, which is different to my group, and I would appreciate a little follow on that. If you can muster up the energy to go click follow, I'd appreciate it. So on there we've got number 1 Scott Bell, Gabby Max, John Cobold again, Malcolm Leatherland. We've got Rich Schwager, who's moved into 5th place. We've got Phil Yedivot, which I didn't understand his name last week, but I do now. Malcolm James Gardner, Chris Munden, Heather Dickinson and Andrew Sanders. So they're my top commenters, so thank you very much. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed my little tips that I've give you. I hope you try and hum and hold your nose. Thanks for all the feedback that you gave me, saying that you enjoyed this 10 minutes. And I've got one more question now that I need to ask you. Do you think this 10 minutes could do with this being on its own, because rather than at the end of a video? Because I'm thinking that possibly I could do a video on a Tuesday and then a video like this on a Friday. Don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next week. Dig it, dig, dig, dig.